welcome to the first official episode of Junk or Justified here on the channel. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you're not, welcome back. This series I just thought it'd be kind of fun to go over some jankier decks that aren't really seen in the meta but kind of have a fun alternate win con, or just use cards that aren't seen very often, and just trying to see if there's any way to innovate them or move them more towards the current meta to help them succeed if you ever want to take them to locals. First one I thought I would focus on would be a personal favorite of mine. Couple sets back, played it a lot at locals, had a ton of fun. Not super fun for your opponent, so unless you don't care about maybe getting hit in the face, then this is definitely the deck for you. This is JumboChess. The main gimmick is you use the Gamemon that every time your opponent swings on their turn, you get to kind of shoot out a card from underneath him, which will then in turn proc a lot of your tamer effects. Like this one, when you play a red-black, you draw one, gain a memory. This one, on opponent's turn, when an effect plays a Digimon, you get to gain a memory. So it's really gimmicky in the fact that you usually set this up pretty early, and then you have a lot of ways to force your opponent to swing, like the Laplace's Demon or the Sephirothmon, in order to hopefully pass them over at a low memory, force them to swing, and then you pop out one of your guys that allows you to gain a lot of memory and pass turn back. So basically it's a gimmicky turn skip deck that likes to flood the board really quickly, pass a couple turns over in a row, and hopefully end up just OTKing your opponent or just chipping them away, because a lot of your cards have effects that float. So I figured we'd go through this version of the deck. This is not teched for any meta. This is kind of just my orientation of wanting the deck to do exactly what it wants to do. So we'll start with the eggs. Obviously the BT6 Pagumon egg, just good for cycling, good for finding more cards. On deletion, reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand if it's black. If it's not, place it at the bottom. The only thing you're going to whiff on is either the Digimons or the Keenans, which can be frustrating if you're really looking for most of these, but most of the time you're going to want to see the tamers either really early or in your security stack to try to get them flowing, and then the Digimons are just kind of a subset of the deck, kind of like a win more card, so they're not a huge part of the strategy. Next we have the two pawn chesses. This is where the jumbo chess is where the chess comes from. So each of them have, every level, they have correlating cards that are either yellow black or black yellow. The level 3s have this first one, which is on deletion on your turn. You can play a level 3 or lower Chessmon card from your hand. So usually you're playing these guys from that. Of course, later in the game, if you have 8 or more Chessmon pieces in your trash, you can add 2 to the maximum level, so you can play out the knights or the level 5s, which helps a lot in the late game if you still have these guys sitting around. And then their counterpart, of course, is the blocker one. On deletion, if it's your opponent's turn, play a level 3 or lower. So basically, opposite sides of the same coin. These ones you're going to want to swing on your turn, hope they die to play these out. These on your opponent's turn, you're going to want to block with them, hope they die to play these out. So it's kind of like a revolving door. Same goes for the next ones. We have the knight chesses, which is same thing. Blocker. If it's your opponent's turn, you can play a level 4 or lower. These don't have the bump up material, because then these would be able to play like a level 6 or something. So they're just level 4 or lower. So they can play the 3s, but it's only the 4s and the 3s. So you have the blocker knight chess, and then you have the on your turn delete the knight chess. And all the on your turns have reboot as well. So they're very good to put under the jumbo, so it can reboot before you pitch it out. Lets you have another blocker on your turn, because jumbo is a blocker. Last are the level 5s. We don't play the blocker or the on deletion your turn level 5 just because they feel a little bit too slow. One of the main cards that isn't a Chessmon card is almost the best card in the entire deck, so we need to max out on that, and that'd be too many level 5s to have at once. Now we'll just go into the non-chess stuff. We just have these two guys as kind of fill-in rookie slots. Might want to bump this up to 13 if we want to pull away another option card just to see more consistency, because these all digivolve for 1. So if you open just these as a rookie, most of the time you'll pass turn at 1, which can be helpful, can be not. These are good as well. Free memory gate at the start of your turn, obviously, and then when attack target is switched, gain a memory, which will happen every time, hopefully, as long as they're swinging and you have a blocker on field. It's just another source of memory gain. The other level 4 we have can actually go over Tamers as well. It's just another way to force your opponent's Digimon attack. It has the when Digivolving till the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains start of the main phase attacks. Just another part of the little gimmick set. That's all we have for the 4s. Going to the 5s. This is the little Wombo combo star of the deck, Mamemon. On play and when Digivolving, reveal top 5 cards of your deck. You can play a Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less, which is all your Tamers, no color requirement. Place the rest at the top or the bottom. So you get to search top 5, play a Tamer for free, and then either stack your deck or get rid of bad cards. This card is phenomenal when getting out your Tamers for free, especially if you can get some sort of combo going. If you get the Mame underneath the Jumbo, since it's a when Digivolving and on play, you can go into it on your turn, end your turn by going into the Jumbo Game. And then on your opponent's turn, if they swing, you poop out the Mamemon, you get another search. So effectively, if you can loop it right, you can usually get a Tamer out for free if you hit one off the top for free most of the time, or you can just stack your deck in hopes to find what you need. This is where the Digimon comes in. Again, kind of a win more card. When Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, play a Tamer among them without paying the cost, place the rest at the top or the bottom, so again, stacking. So it works in tandem with the Mame. If you hit 2 Tamers off the Mame search, you can put them right back to the top and go into the Digimon to play another Tamer out. 2 Tamers on the same turn feels really good. Swings a lot of advantage in your favor. And then also the when attacking, for each green or black Tamer you have, reveal 1 card from the top of your deck. Play any number of green or black Digimon cards whose total play costs add up to 10 or less. And then those all go to the bottom if you whiff, which is okay because you're getting a lot of value anyway. Because as you can see, we play up to 6 black Tamers. So even if you have 2 or 3, you can still stack your deck with this when Digivolving, with this when Digivolving. And then when you swing, it lets you play out a lot of your blockers and stuff for free. So it kind of keeps you healthy. We can go into the Tamers quick. This one is the Chessmon specific Tamer. On play, it's 4 cost, not a memory setter, so kind of spendy, but on play you can play a Digimon card with Pawn Chess, so any of the level 3s from your hand without paying the cost. And then when you play a 2-color black and yellow Digimon, by suspending this Tamer, draw 1, gain 1. So it's draw, it's memory gain. It's not awful to play at the start of the start of the game if you have it in your starting hand with a Chessmon, because it really sets them to 3, gets you a body on board, and gets that advantage loop going. But it is better to play them for free, and then you want to typically save them for your opponent's turn to try to pass turn. The Tai Kamiya, just a memory setter. It's this in between this and the Izzy. Right now I feel like this guy's a little bit better just because this deck can brick because you are playing less consistency cards and more of the gimmicky cards. So when an attack target is switched by suspending this Tamer, you can draw 1 and have something get plus 2,000 till the end of the turn. Actually pretty good if you don't need something to die to play out another Digimon. Like if you have the Jumbo ready, then you can actually block with something and help it live to keep your number up and your advantage going. And the draw 1 is also excellent. This guy is probably one of the most toxic cards in the deck. He's not even in your color thing, but you don't care. Because a lot of your guys play stuff without color requirements. On play, 3 cost. Your opponent may trash an option or Tamer card in their hand. If they don't, gain a memory and draw 1. So even the on play gains you advantage or it takes away your opponent's advantage. Great, double-edged. And then on the opponent's turn, when an effect plays a Digimon by suspending this Tamer, gain a memory. So all of this will proc that. You have the Jumbo Game, which plays out a Digimon. All of these guys is on deletions. The blocker ones will play out a Chessmon. So applicable from all these, applicable from all these. That's the main gimmick, is just recycling your dudes over and over again from your hand with the draw power you have, never running out of stuff to play. The options are pretty self-explanatory. The one final Zubagon for the reboot blocker doesn't come up all the time, but it feels pretty good because the Jumbo Game is 13, so you can get aggressive if you want to and swing for 2 checks and have reboot blocker. If you're looking for that last little push for 2 memories, pretty good. 2 defense training, because I am sadly modeling this off my real life deck, and I only own 2 defense training, so I don't want to give myself a little boost at the start. And then the Laplace's Demon, of course, 1 cost. Start of your main phase is Digimon attacks. Throw that on any of your opponent's Digimon, and they kind of know the loop is started. This is kind of the easiest kicker. You can do this earlier in the game as well, just to annoy them, not let them build up their stack. Great card. Always going to be a 4 of, I think. It's too good as long as you're going for the gimmick. And that's pretty much the deck profile. We will see you guys in the games. Alright, we are in game number 1. Going first. So this is the part where you could decide what you think you want. Of course, if we're going first, this Digivolves for 1, so we can either pass them over with 1 memory, or if we don't care about setting them to 3, we would hard play one of these, which would hard play one of these. Tap this to gain a memory back and draw a card. So it's extra card draw. It just depends on what you want to do. We are going to mulligan though, because 3 Tamers in the hand feels kind of bad. And now we have none. That's okay though. We'll still pass them over to 1, and then there's a chance with how much memory they give us on the return that we can go into a 4 into the Mame, hopefully hit a Tamer, and then get the ball rolling there. Not seeing any level 6s or Tamers can be kind of scary, but I'm hoping that we draw into them since we do run a good chunk of them. So we'll just have to see. And again, choking at 1 on the first turn is not bad at all. Sometimes you end up passing over with a lot more memory. Kind of restricts them to 1 play and gives you the kind of make sure that they can't build anything up on 1 turn. Looks like we're going to probably play against either some SOC or it just looks like Lugamon. Haven't tested this matchup too much, but having a bunch of blockers doesn't seem too bad against a deck that wants to OTK. A bunch of stuff that replaces itself. They did give us 2. And the chances of them being able to kill a level 5 next turn if we put them to 3 is kind of high. So why don't we just go into the night chess. We're actually going to pay the 3 to pass them back over to 1. And we'll see if we can choke them from there. They are going to search for a Tamer, which is fine. Leaving them to 1 memory is still okay, because this isn't the Lugamon that gets them a UG for free. And if they find a way to kill this turn with like a Hell Lugar or anything, we'll just end up playing another one back out, and then we can go into the Mamemon next turn. So they are playing the door. They are playing the door stuff. So it does look like it's a kind of an SOC good stuff pile more than just Lugamon. Yep, that's a new one. That'll be scary next turn, considering if they have the Tamer in the hand, because that's a 4-cost Tamer that they can get out for free. Just kind of gotta find a level 6. If we can get into a Jumbo and kind of force them to start letting us spit out our guys, it makes it a lot harder for them to kind of choke us down. And again, Collision is fine. Dorgor is fine, because as long as our stuff dies on their turn, we can kind of just bounce more stuff back, so I don't really hate it. I think we are going to try to just choke them back to 1 again. With the Mame. No whammies. Alright, Memory Setter's not bad. And then we're probably going to want the rest of these. Oh, bottom decking 2 Mames feels really bad, but we don't have any other Tamers. We have this next turn. We're going to have to deck bottom. We need to start finding Tamers. It feels kind of bad to get 2 of our plays, but hopefully we can just keep recycling this one as long as it doesn't die this turn. Which, he doesn't have enough memory to go into the level 5 with Collision in order to swing. That's pretty good. Okay, so he does have the Memory Setter, which is fine. So there's no more memory choking, which feels a little rough for us because that's one of the main gimmicks of the deck. Is we want to pass him over with as little memory as we can and then try to get the turn all the way back in 1 turn. And them starting at 3 every time means we'll have to at least gain 4 in order to choke them or loop them. And yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. He'll just blow up the Mame. Cycle a little bit, which puts us a little bit behind. But we get a free card draw there. We get a card draw for turn, so hopefully we find something that's not too bad. Just waiting for him to figure out what he wants to discard. And I do think I'll probably only do about 2 games for this video at least, just because this deck tends to run games a little long and I don't want the video to be super long. If we ever do more Junk or Justified on different decks, I'm going to try to pick stuff that either wins or loses just a little bit faster. Just so we don't have super long videos. So put 3, that one for free in the back. Probably just want to get a tamer out. So this is the Keenan that they either have to trash an option or a tamer. I'll gain 1, draw 1. Okay, so we forced another Wisdom Training out, which is fine. And it is a little unfortunate that we drew all 3 of these pawn chesses that do anything on our opponent's turn. But I don't want to hard play a blocker for 5. That gives them way too much memory. I think we're just going to have to try to... yeah, we'll just have to play one of these out. Putting them to 3 is fine because they get memory set anyway, and it gets a body on board. Something for them to focus on if they try to go collision or anything. We don't really care if this dies, because we'll end up getting our blocker loop going next turn with the Agumon out into the Knight chess, into the Rook chess. Still are searching for that level 3, or not the level 3, the level 6. We know that we bot deck 2 Mames, so we only have 1 left. So this isn't looking awesome for us, but that's alright. That is the charm of Jank. The charm of Jank. You're not going into every matchup with a definite win. Okay, that still doesn't really get us where we want. This is actually fine to swing with this Digimon. I don't hate this at all. Because if we die, we get to play another one out for free. Actually, let's see. So that's 7. Yeah, we'll use this to get a little extra card draw, and then we'll put it on this one. And then now we're already kind of experiencing the problem, I'd have to say, with this deck. Which, in my opinion, is the fact that it cannot deal with big boss monsters very effectively. I mean, we had no choice. He was going to go into this regardless, but some of the stuff I've been thinking about putting in this deck is definitely some way to de-digivolve or some big bombs, since this deck is full gimmick, no de-digivolve, no source stripping, bonds, stuff like that. It makes it a little difficult to deal with big boss monsters, especially if they're bigger than Jumbo Game, because Jumbo's 13, this is already 14, so it's not like, unless we can force him to swing at 14 and then boost with the Taikami, it makes it hard to kind of do anything without investing a lot of resources in a single guy, and then by the time you do that, they just have another big guy out, and it feels kind of bad. Can't memory choke them because they're going to spit, so we might as well go defense training to try to dig for something. The Mame's pretty good. Again, they're just going to collision this, so we don't want to put the Mame on top because we want to be able to get a guy back. So I think we're just going to have to do another Keenan, because this will at least get us 2 memory back on their turn, so hopefully stunt their plays a little bit. We do still have 5 securities, so the chances of us hitting some tamers and securities pretty high. We will just have to see If this guy's gonna go for like a OTK turn this turn, especially with the collision, he probably has, like, definitely has enough memory. If he has the right cards in hand, he can climb all the way into a Fenrir. We'll just have to see. Alright, so we do get to gain 2 memory off of this. So it'll choke him down. Maybe it'll surprise him that he's not going to have as much memory to work with. And then we do just get another blocker out for free. Alright, 1 security check down. Nothing big. Let's do it again. Did burn through all our level 4s. And there's a level 6. No tamer still. We'll see what he wants to do. I think the losing the memory definitely helped us a little bit. It's not going to stop him from building a wide board here. And we only really have an expensive level 4 to go into. So this isn't looking too particularly fantastic at the moment, as he definitely has enough for lethal next turn, and we don't really have a clear line to stop him or pass turn. As he's going to gain... Just go back to 3. We don't have enough of our tamer set up. We just really drew a lot of our bottom end and not in our security hit a lot of our other pieces, which is fine. This is what Jank is. That might help a little bit because it's got a 2 cost. We'll draw here. See if we pull into anything. No, same thing. So we definitely want to pay 2. We're going to have to use this, pay 1, try to get... Going to the Mame. Well, I don't know if we can afford that. I guess we could try to. Yeah, we're gonna have to deck bottom those because we need to find some other tools here. If we play this chess out, it does give us enough for Laplace's demon. So we cannot use this. We can play it out. We're gonna have to gain the memory and draw a card just so we can play Laplace's demon in order to try to stunt what he can do. We definitely want to put it on the big guy. And then we're gonna have to pay the full. So this will be kind of a little bit what the deck wants to do. You'll kind of see this here. We don't really have either of the good blockers underneath, so it does feel a little tough. I think he definitely has game here. I don't see a world where we can end up winning this game, but that's just the luck of the draw. Can gain a little bit of memory back. Again, seeing a lot of our tamers not at the start and not in security kind of stunts this deck a little bit. Once it gets set up, it can be really productive in turn skipping and building a wide board and getting a lot of card draw, but we just didn't see it in the right capacity here, which is fine. And he does get to go into the Luga, which is kind of funny that forcing him to swing kind of insulates his plays a little bit and makes him better. But we should still be bigger, so we should be able to kill it. So we'll gain 2 memory. Still gonna go to 3 because we don't have our stuff. The Jumbo's gonna proc. Oh, we hit another one. We want those all to go to the bottom again. Cannot play upon Chessmon from hand. And then this guy will block. So he will eat the Fenra, which is fine. We can give something plus 2,000, but nothing will have blocker. Unless he decides to kill one of these for fun. Maybe this. No, because it's only on your opponent's turn. So there's not really much for us to do here, unless we hit something it's a crazy... Hit something in security that's crazy, but we know that... We do not play anything like that. We get to play out something else again. Gain a memory and draw a card. And we can block with the small guy. But again, it doesn't have the on the opponent's turn to play, so we can't really do much else. Yeah, we'll play another one out. Too bad they don't have blocker. If you have the Jumbo or the Game underneath, you can... It has the inheritable when you play another Digimon by an effect. One of your Digimon gains blocker, so you can actually sequence them in a way that you can poop one of these guys out and then give them blocker. Which can be helpful sometimes, like in this situation. We just didn't have the right stack built up. We needed to try to find another tamer. But we'll see what he hits in the other two. Yeah, do the shenanigans, do the shindig. It is a little funny that this deck that takes a while by itself also got put against this deck that has a lot of moving pieces and a lot of moving parts in the first match that we play, so the game is going to be 20 minutes long by itself. Oh, this could be it. We actually get to play upon chess. We actually get to gain a memory. And we pass turn. Oh my lord, we did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we hit 2 in security. This is unreal. Now can we immediately clean up his board? Never mind, he gained a memory back. It's not the end of the game. Or the end of the turn. Oh, he deleted the blocker. That's game now. That's so unfortunate. He gained 1 memory back off of... Not quite sure. We can try to activate this. I don't think we have 8. Oh, we do. Oh my god. We have 8 in trash. So remember, if you have 8 in trash, you get to play out a big one and we can actually block. Let's go with the little one. He might not have a way to end the game right now. I'm okay with this. I mean, he pops that, but... Oh my gosh, he got to... Yeah. That's okay. There's still a chance we can clear here. 9 memory. 10 memory. Okay, if we lose this, I'm gonna... No shot! No shot he actually gave up. That is insane. Wait, we don't even have game on board. I don't think we could have won. Okay. One and done. One and done. This is gonna be the only game on this video, because 8 is 20 minutes long, and I think I just got win traded. People are gonna think that I know this person. That's insane. Okay. Well, we'll work on the deck. I think it definitely has some problems. We'll look through the deck at the start of the next video that doesn't have the long deck profile to try to keep the videos a little shorter. Crazy end of the match. I was really expecting to lose that. That's insane. I don't know why he would do that. We hit the perfect things in security after I complained about it all game. So hopefully that was fun to watch me get... God came down and said, you know what, you're complaining so much, we're just going to embarrass you in front of all the people that are going to watch this. But thanks for watching if you stayed this long. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm not going to be a beggar yet. I don't have enough subscriptions on YouTube. I don't have any. This is my first video. But anyways, thank you all for watching.